want to thank you all and welcome you to the White House on this very special occasion. It is indeed. I've been at every one of them, and we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Black History Month. That's a big deal. 100. Wow. That's sort of special, the 100th. That's about it. Like 150 is good, but 200 is better, right? 100 is better. I want to begin by expressing our sadness at the passing of a person who I knew very well. Jesse was a piece of work, I want to tell you. He was a piece of work, but he was a good man. He was a real hero, and I just want to pay my highest respects to Reverend Jesse Jackson. He was a good man. He was actually, as you got to know him, he got better and better all the time. A lot of people, you get to know them, they get worse and worse. Jesse got better and better. But I knew him well long before becoming president, and he really was special with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. You would say Jesse had serious street smarts, right? A very important ingredient to life, I will tell you. He was gregarious and someone who truly loved people and a force of nature. He was somebody that we're going to greatly miss, and on behalf of everyone here today, I know you join me in sending our condolences to the entire family. Had a great family.
Charismatic U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, an eloquent Baptist minister raised in the segregated South who became a close associate of Martin Luther King Jr. and twice ran for the Democratic presidential nomination, has died at age 84, his family said in a statement on Tuesday, February 17th. Our father was a servant leader, not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world, the Jackson family said. Jackson, an inspirational orator and longtime Chicagoan, was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2017. He ran for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1984 and 1988, attracting black voters and many white liberals in mounting unexpectedly strong campaigns, but fell short of becoming the first black major party White House nominee. Ultimately, he never held elective office. Jackson pursued his political ambitions in the 1980s, relying on his mesmerizing oratory. It was not until fellow Chicagoan Barack Obama's election as president in 2008 that a black candidate came as close to securing a major party presidential nomination as Jackson. In 1984, Jackson won 3.3 million votes in Democratic nominating contests, about 18% of those cast, and finished third behind eventual nominee Walter Mondale and Gary Hart in the race for the right to face Republican incumbent Ronald Reagan. His candidacy lost momentum after it became public that Jackson had privately called Jewish people Hymies and New York Hymietown. Jackson was known for personal diplomacy. After he secured the 1984 release by Syria of U.S. naval aviator Robert Goodman Jr., President Ronald Reagan invited Jackson to the White House and expressed gratitude for the mission of mercy. Jackson continued his activism later in life, condemning the police killing of George Floyd and other Black Americans in 2020 amid the global racial justice movement.
This campaign has taught me much, that leaders must be tough enough to fight, tender enough to cry, human enough to make mistakes, humble enough to admit them, strong enough to absorb the pain, and resilient enough to bounce back and keep on moving. We must turn from finger pointing to clasp hands. We must share our burdens and our joys with each other once again. We must turn to each other and not on each other and choose higher ground. We have an obligation as leaders to put forth policies and state plans to keep America strong, make America better, expand our impact in the world. Last week when the committee agreed in Mackinac Island, Michigan, declare South Africa to be a terrorist state, the media came and said, well, Jesse Jackson, you had a victory. That now is going to call South Africa a terrorist state. Well, America had a victory. The free world had a victory. The people of Soweto had a victory. We're discussing not what Jesse wants. We're discussing what's good for America and what's good for the world. July 18th. Then we'll have our question and answer. My name will go into nomination for the presidency on Wednesday night, July the 20th, in fulfillment of the dreams and the hopes of those who have worked for that privilege to occur, and as an expression of the principles that this campaign represents. Since I've had no opportunity for in-depth discussion with Senator Benson, I've had no prior discussion with Governor Dukakis and his recommendation, it would be inappropriate for me to comment upon it at this time.
Are you angry or upset that you were not chosen?
No, I'm too controlled. I'm too clear. I'm too mature to be angry. I'm focused on what we must do to keep hope alive. Anger reflects a crisis in emotions and therefore irrational behavior. I simply been in this struggle long enough to be able to keep my eyes on the prize and keep doing what I've done throughout this campaign. We need not ease back into the uncivilized era of fighting to be a superior race. That is a contradiction in terms, because there is but one race, the human race.
Welcome. Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm sleeping.
Huh?
I'm sleeping.
I can imagine.
But I'm present.
Well, come in here, Vice President Bush.
How are you? Good to see you, Jesse. How are you? I thank you. As I said on the phone, you had the option to intervene, and you did not. We delayed the trip a day because we thought you might call based on what you said at the press conference. And when you didn't, we felt freer to go.
Yeah.
Because for us, the issue was not defying you, it was appealing to Assad to give a signal for a new direction and some breakthrough for peace.
The people around this nation who wore their blue ribbons as a measure of solidarity as we prayed together and fasted together, trying to rise above the everydayness of our lives that we might be able to secure the release of Lieutenant Robert Goodman and to gain his freedom and have a breakthrough for peace. It's meaningful to us that once we got our telegram back from President Assad, we then called Senator and got us in contact with the State Department, Ambassador Murphy and Mr. Lawrence Eagleberger. It was the support of our State Department within the law that gave us the latitude that we needed to feel that we were doing the right thing within the law. I would hope that the cycle of pain is now broken and that this mission of peace will take us to an everlasting peace. It was the Apostle Paul, and because we saw that new light, the world has never been the same since. As it were, December of this past year, President Assad used this opportunity to seize an initiative, and we want to express our thanks to him.